Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have Dawn. Dawn has a bond drop of July 6th, 2024, a date of marriage of 2005. She has a vanisher and she is not familiar with energy levels, which is common with the vanisher. She says we had a great marriage, but began seeing issues with stress taking over. He was stressed. And then there were ED issues. Then he had a health scare. It was a panic attack, but we thought it was, or I thought it was a heart attack. I don't know if it was both of you or just you or both of you, but you thought it was a heart attack during intimacy. You wanted him to go to the ER. So she says, I wanted him to go to the ER, but he refused. I tried to get him to talk about it. And he said, if you keep pushing me to talk, I will leave. And he left. There was no contact for a month. He did see our daughter and told her he loved me very much. Yeah, he does. Several weeks later, I called his cell and texted him. No answer, so I called his work. He put me on hold. And then he picked up 30 minutes later, sent a text saying he was ending our relationship and would start the divorce process. He said in a text, never to contact me again. I was shocked. He filed for divorce a month later. It's heartbreaking and we've had no contact. I haven't seen or heard about another person. So there's no affair that you know of. Got it. Lately, he's been reconnecting on Facebook with former friends from childhood and military days. It feels like he forgot me, and this hurts. I can't understand why he would not talk to me and why he would dump me by text. One word, shame. It's shame. He is extremely embarrassed by what happened because it is about his virility, it's about his sexuality, it's about his manliness. You were being intimate and he thought he was having a heart attack, and that was really, really embarrassing. And we're supposed to be able to be vulnerable, and he should be able to be vulnerable with you. And it doesn't mean that you did not allow and invite him into that space of vulnerability. You may be the most warm, open and comforting person. It doesn't mean you were not doing what you needed to do to be a safe place. But something in him, something in his past has trained and triggered him to not feel safe regardless. And maybe it is because you are so precious to him that he really doesn't feel safe. Maybe he feels like you're better off now, or he's so ashamed he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want you to see him that way because you would be disappointed in who he is. You would see him as weak, and she always saw me as strong. Or maybe he thinks you're better than him, and so you're better off without him. So he's going to martyr himself that way. There are different ways of martyring himself. But there's a lot of shame going on just in that little bit. And so why did he dump you by text? Because he didn't have to talk to you. He didn't have to hear your voice and allow his voice to crack and his emotions. He can still be emotionless. It's like warfare that is hand to hand, or warfare that is at least face to face, or warfare that is from the sky and dropping a bomb. Or warfare on a computer and you push a button and you send it. You don't see what you're hitting. You don't see the target. The target's not really, maybe it's not even real. That's the text. Okay? The text is emotionless. He doesn't have to get in there. But if he could hear your voice, he would break. If he could see you, then he'd see and hear. And if you knew you saw him, there'd be that back and forth. Because full communication is when you are both interacting together and you can see each other in time and respond, or hear each other in time. You can respond to those cues. This is just text. I mean, am I communicating with Robert Frost because he printed poems on a page and now I can read them? No. Maybe he's communicating through the grave to all of us. But, you know, all of these words on a page, they last after the person. So really, they aren't that communication. He sends the words and there's an interaction from him after that you can be responsive to in time together with that reciprocity. And that's how he has to have it because of his shame. He has to put up a wall. He's too embarrassed. And that's not about you. It is nothing about you. So you are seeing him reconnecting with Facebook and on Facebook with friends from the military and from childhood. And it feels like you're forgotten. No, you're probably definitely not forgotten. In many ways, he wishes. But I don't think he wishes he could so much forget you. I wishes he wishes he could forget that feeling that he is having. Wishes he could have you without the feelings. I don't know if you can quantify it that way. But it's easier just to say, I don't want these feelings and I don't want her to see me this way. It's twofold. He's thinking about you, but really, of course, it points back to him. I don't want you to see me like this because you will be ashamed of me. Because I am ashamed of me. You might not be ashamed of him, probably. It shows that he is. It's that projection. And that's from the trauma. So what kind of traumas, if you want to know why, you may not get the full answers, but what traumas did he experience in childhood and in the military? Especially what traumas around sex, but not just sex itself, but sexuality, manliness. Men don't do this. Men don't show emotions. Men and the dynamics of men with women, how you're supposed to be. That sort of thing. Is he feeling weak? What was his father like? What was the relationship with his father and mother? That sort of thing. Because it's not about you, really. And I know it might feel that way, but he hasn't forgotten you. He's just so ashamed that he can't handle it. Now, what do you do about that? Well, you can't fix him. You can't. So you heal. And I am not saying, yep, hey, it's over. Get rid of it. Forget it. It's over. He's going to divorce you. End of story, blah, blah, blah. I am not going to say that. Okay. But you do need to accept your present. You accept the reality you have right now. Okay. And the reality that you have right now is going through a divorce and then being divorced, that sort of thing. Okay. And that there's a broken man on the other side of that divorce. On the other end, you're on one end of it, he's on the other. There's a broken man who loves you because he said he does, and who you love, and he is afraid to get help. Now, some help that he won't get unless somebody can get through. Maybe he can get through to himself. Trauma therapy. Okay. He is not going to take that advice from you, probably. But EMDR type of trauma therapy would be really nice to see from him. Now, the next thing is how to figure out who can get through to him and how do they get through to him. And that could be time. We don't have those pieces of the answer because he's going to be resistant because he's just so ashamed. No, people don't like, other people don't have my problem. And so if they don't have my problem, there aren't people that have been trained to fix it because it's unique to me, that sort of thing. And I don't want to go talk to anybody about it. I can't talk about it. No. I get it. He's scared. And it might not ever happen. So you are to heal. Your job is to heal. Detach, heal, take care of your child. Okay. Let your daughter's going to have a relationship with him. You said that they are still in contact, and communication will be able to filter through. Like she will tell you, Dad said he loves you, or something like that. Dad said he always loves you, or Dad looks really depressed, that sort of thing. And your daughter will tell him, yeah, Mom got an apartment, or mom's doing okay. She got some new furniture, whatever. Okay. She's gonna be able to give little bits of feedback without getting put in the middle. Okay. And I'm not saying, but there's a filter. And she can be there for him. And she needs to be able to a healthy relationship with both of you. And you can encourage that. And you get therapy and you move forward and you be a point of light. Be a point of light. And you will see him, I hope. I hope that he comes to your daughter's wedding. And I hope that he comes to court. But I hope he comes to things for your daughter. Maybe other family events where you'll at least see him, even if it's way across the room and he tries to duck into a closet when he sees you, but he saw you for a moment. And when he saw you for that moment, you were smiling, laughing, glowing. Not like, lording it over him, or the revenge is the best life well lived. Right? The best revenge is a life well lived. Not that kind, but no. It's a contagious joy that I would love to be a part of that. And he can look and watch and go, that's what I'm missing out on. Oh, I missed it. That's something. And he goes through his journey because we can't control it. It is his problem. He's broken. I'm sorry he's broken. He won't talk to you because he loves you so much that his emotions will overwhelm him. And he doesn't know how to handle that. He's already dysregulated emotionally, so he's shut down. And he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to handle these emotions. Okay? So you go into therapy and you learn how to handle yours. You have to learn how to handle yours and take care of your daughter. Get her into some therapy if she needs that, and how to help her handle her emotions. Okay. And I hope this helps. I'm sorry you're going through it. But I will see everybody in the next question.